Good morning. I'm Noah-Abel from station WWJD, reporting from near the Sea of Galilee. There have been reports that Jesus is here today and he's been teaching to a huge crowd of people and has even healed the sick. We're here to find a witness and perhaps get first-hand knowledge about what's going on.
Wait for me!
Wait
for
look,
me!
here comes someone now.
Wait.
Excuse me.
Yes. What can I do for you? I'm trying to catch up with my son. He's so excited and he's run out ahead of me.
I was going to ask you if you were in that huge crowd listening to Jesus today, but if you need to go, I understand.
Well, I think my son will be okay for a few minutes. He's sort of famous right now, so he's just out with the others celebrating.
Celebrating? It seems like someone's always celebrating around here about something.
It's easy to celebrate anytime you get to witness Jesus perform a miracle.
I'm too late. I was hoping to see a miracle today.
Well, I'm afraid so, but I would be glad to give you a first-hand report.
I guess that'll have to do. Go ahead, please.
Well, as you stated earlier, Jesus was here and he drew a huge crowd. I would say about 5,000 men were here.
That's a lot of people.
But wait, there were also many, many children and women. Perhaps the total altogether could be near 20,000 people.
Oh, goodness gracious. That is a lot of people. Wow.
Well, after teaching and healing some people, Jesus walked up the mountainside with his disciples and he sat down. I'm pretty sure he was exhausted. But then he looked down and he saw all of us.
I bet that got his attention.
Oh, yeah. But do you know that Jesus didn't even worry about himself, being tired and all? He just looked at his disciple Philip and he asked, where were they going to get bread to feed all of us?
Is there a restaurant here that could cater to all those folks? That's a lot of people.
Of course not. A restaurant, really? It would have taken half a year's wages to feed all of us.
Jesus must be rich if he could afford that.
Jesus rich? No, not in terms of money, but he is rich in God's love and glory.
So what did he do then if he didn't have money to feed all y'all?
Well, one of his disciples, Andrew, was very close to my son and me. I had packed us some bread and fish for supper, and Andrew, he looked over at my son and said to Jesus, here is a small boy with 5 small loaves of barley and 2 fish.
I bet you got worried they were going to take your supper.
Yeah, I was starving, and my son, boy, I could hear his stomach growling.
So did they take his food? I can't imagine Jesus would take something from a small boy.
Yeah, he sure did. But that's where the story gets amazing.
You've got me hooked, so to say. Tell me about those fish.
Well, Jesus told his disciples to have us all sit down, and so we did. And then the disciples, they brought my son's bread and fish over to Jesus.
All of it? They didn't even leave one fish with you?
No, not even one loaf. But hey, we didn't need it, because if you would let me finish, I will tell you about this miracle.
Okay, that's what I'm here to hear.
Well, Jesus took the bread and said a simple blessing of thanks, and he told the disciples to start handing it out. While they were doing that, he did the same thing with the fish.
So the disciples just started handing out the bread and fish?
Yes, and it kept going and going and going. My eyes got so big watching as the food continued to be handed out. I mean, who would have thought that such a small meal that I made would have fed so many people? I was really honored.
I bet so. Did everyone have enough?
Do you know there was enough left over that Jesus told his men to gather the pieces that are left over so that nothing will be wasted. And when they finished collecting, guess how much was left over?
5 loaves and 2 fish?
No, they were able to fill 12 baskets with the leftovers. What a miracle! I've never even seen so much food in my entire life.
Wow, what a miracle. No wonder your son is so excited. He was a witness to a miracle by Jesus.
Exactly. So you see, Jesus is truly the Son of God. No one else can perform a miracle like him. I'm sorry, but I've really got to go now because of my son.
Go.
Bye-bye.
Oh yes. Please find your son, and thank you for sharing your story with us. Well, folks, you heard it first here on WWJD. Jesus has fed a multitude of people with 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. How amazing. I bet he also fed them spiritually, telling them about God's love. It's getting late. Maybe I can find some of these leftovers. This is Noah-Abel. Thank you for tuning in to WWJD, the channel reporting the miracles of Jesus.
Dear Lord, just thank you, Lord, for another weekend that we were able to put together something for the children of Soundside Missionary Baptist Church. Lord, just please be with us all and hope that we can soon be together again soon to worship in your love and your glory, Lord. Just thank you for the platform of YouTube to be able to share your name and your word. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.